Hey, what's up guys? MKBHD here. Today, we're hopping into the tech time machine and taking a trip down memory lane to explore the evolution of laptop prices and brands. We're going all the way back to the year 2000, where the internet was still a baby and laptops were, well, let's just say they were a different buckle up. Because we're going to see how far we've come. From chunky Pentium machines to the sleek, powerful beasts we have in 2025. Let's dive in. Alright, picture this, it's the year 2000. You're rocking a dial-up connection, rocking out to Britney Spears, and if you were lucky enough to have a laptop, you were the coolest kid on the block. Back then, names like Compaq, Dell, Toshiba and IBM ruled the scene. We're talking Pentium 3 processors, a whopping 256 megabytes of RAM, I know, right? And hard drives that topped out at a measly 10 gigabytes. And the price? Get ready to laugh or cry. Because these bad boys would set you back anywhere from 40,000 pesos to a mind-blowing 80,000 pesos. I mean, we're talking serious cash for what was basically a glorified word processor with internet access. But hey, those were simpler times back then. Just having a portable computer felt like living in the future. You could finally write that paper without being chained to a desk, browse the internet slowly, very slowly, and maybe even play a game or two if you were willing to wait an hour for it to load. And let's not forget the iconic trackpads. Those things were basically just grey squares with a mind of their own. So yeah, the early 2000s were a wild time for laptops. They were expensive, clunky, and honestly not that powerful. But they were sort of a sign of things to come. A glimpse into a future where technology would get smaller, faster, and a whole lot more powerful. Fast forward to the mid-2000s and things started to get interesting. The bulky beige boxes of the past were slowly being replaced with slimmer, more stylish designs. Dell and HP were still major players, but Apple was starting to make waves with their sleek MacBooks, and Acer was becoming a household name. Under the hood, we saw the arrival of the legendary Core 2 Duo processors. These things were a game changer, offering a significant boost in performance and making multitasking a little less painful. RAM also got a nice upgrade, jumping to 2 gigabytes, and hard drives were pushing 160 gigabytes. Now about those prices. While laptops were becoming more powerful and stylish, they were still a significant investment. You'd be looking at around 30,000 pesos to 70,000 pesos, depending on the specs and brand. But hey, at least you could now edit photos without your laptop sounding like a jet engine about to take off. This era also saw the rise of wireless internet, which meant you could finally ditch that Ethernet cable and enjoy the freedom of browsing the web. Well, as long as you were within range of a Wi-Fi signal. Laptops were starting to become more than just productivity machines. They were slowly transforming into entertainment hubs and gateways to a more connected world. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. The 2011 to 2015 era was a time of massive innovation in the laptop world. This is when Apple really started flexing their design muscles, with the MacBook Air becoming the gold standard for thin and light laptops. Lenovo was hot on their heels, pushing the boundaries of design and performance with their ThinkPad and IdeaPad lines. Asus was killing it with their innovative Transformer series, and HP continued to be a strong contender with their Envy and Pavilion laptops. Under the hood, we saw the rise of Intel's Core i-series processors. The i3, i5 and i7 quickly became the industry standard, offering a significant leap in processing power. RAM got another boost, ranging from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes, and we started to see the widespread adoption of SSDs, solid-state drives. Trust me, once you went SSD, there was no going back. These things made booting up your laptop and launching applications lightning fast. Prices during this period started to become a bit more diverse. You could snag a decent laptop for around 25,000 pesos, but those high-end ultrabooks with cutting-edge specs would still cost you upwards of 60,000 pesos. But hey, with the kind of performance and portability these machines offered, it was hard to argue with the price tag. Chapter 4, 2016 to 2020. Gaming goes mainstream, and Ryzen enters the ring. All right, gamers, this one's for you. The 2016 to 2020 period was when gaming laptops really came into their own. Asus's ROG, or Republic of Gamers line, was dominating the scene, with MSI hot on their tail. Even Dell and Acer jumped into the gaming arena with their Alienware and Predator series, respectively, and of course, Apple continued to do its thing, pushing the boundaries of design and performance with their MacBooks. This era was all about raw power. We're talking Intel Core i7 and the rise of AMD's Ryzen 5 processors, 8GB to 16GB of RAM, and SSDs becoming the norm rather than a luxury. Laptops were no longer just for work or casual browsing. They were powerful machines capable of handling demanding games and creative tasks. But all that power came at a price. Entry-level gaming laptops started around 35,000 pesos. But if you wanted the latest and greatest, you could easily drop upwards of 120,000 pesos. And let's be real, once you started adding on those upgrades, the price could climb even higher. Chapter 5, 2021 to 2023, the rise of the creators and the refresh rate wars. Welcome to the content creation era. Between 2021 and 2023, laptops became more than just tools for work or play. They evolved into mobile studios for creators of all kinds. Apple was still king of the hill in the creative space, but Lenovo with their Yoga and ThinkPad X1 lines, Razer with their sleek Blade series, and Asus with their ZenBook and ProArt Studio Book laptops were all vying for the top spot. And let's not forget MSI, who continued to blur the lines between gaming and content creation with their powerful laptops. This period saw the rise of Intel's i9 and AMD's Ryzen 9 processors. We're talking 16GB to 32GB of RAM becoming standard. And SSDs were so fast they were practically teleporting data. But the real game changer was the focus on high refresh rate displays. 120Hz, 144Hz, even some pushing 240Hz. These screens made everything from scrolling through web pages to editing videos buttery smooth. But all this tech didn't come cheap. Entry-level models for creators started around 45,000 pesos. But those top-of-the-line, spec'd-out machines could easily set you back 150,000 pesos or more. Chapter 6. 2024 to 2025. The future is now AI, foldable screens and beyond. All right, folks, buckle up because we're heading into the future. In 2024 and 2025, laptops are evolving at warp speed. Apple, Asus, Dell, Lenovo, Razer, they're all pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Think Intel i9s and Ryzen 9s that make today's processors look like they're stuck in slow motion. We're talking 16GB to a mind-blowing 64GB of RAM and SSDs so spacious you could practically store the entire internet on them. Almost. But the real stars of the show? Think foldable screens that transform your laptop into a tablet and back again. Imagine AI-powered features that anticipate your needs before you even know you have them. And let's not forget those 4K displays so sharp you can practically see individual pixels. Of course, all this futuristic tech comes with a futuristic price tag. We're talking starting prices around 40,000 pesos for your basic, but still incredibly powerful, models. And skyrocketing all the way up to 200,000 pesos for those top-of-the-line, bleeding-edge machines. The future of laptops, it's going to be wild, and there you have it, folks. The journey of laptop prices and brands over the past 25 years. It's incredible to see how technology has evolved. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tech content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.